In a sport filled with controversial individuals,
The owners are back. We've taken back control of New York City.
Look at grown-ass man up TikTok. Maybe that's the problem.
one of them stands out as a fighter who is not just outspoken, but also accused of being fake and very arrogant.
Keep on working, got purpose and worth. Music's my cure and this world is my purse. Get rid of this curse with every verse. Of course I've been hurt, but some have been much worse. Leave me alone, get out of my head. Block out the opinions until I am dead. They all go to speak, but you listen instead. Listen to...
It's pretty well known that being controversial is good for a fighter's marketing, but what happens when you go too far?
No, I'm bringing you to 7th layer. Hell, we'll say what's up to your dad while we're there. Oh! 1776, baby. This is the American Revolution. General Washington started it. General Covington ends it.
The family moved from California to Oregon when he was 8 years old. His father was a wrestler, so he decided to do the same. And he did that with his buddy, Chael Sonnen.
Yeah, the thing about Chael is, that's Uncle Chael to me because, we're both from Oregon, we're both Oregon gangsters. And I've known that guy since I was 7 years old, wrestling in Mac Club over in Oregon. So, I learned a lot of stuff from him. And
he went to Iowa Central Community College, where he won the 2007 165-pound National Junior College Wrestling title as a true freshman with a 34-0 record. His roommate at the time was future UFC champion John Jones. Yep, you heard it. He shared the room with that monster.
And he would come to Oregon State when I was training in Division I college wrestling, and he would kind of, give me some tips. And I was like, hey, man, if I go into fighting, what do you think about it? He's like, and let me tell you one thing, it's not so much about your fighting skills sometimes. It's about what you can do on the mic and how you can entertain, because this is the show business.
He used that advice later in his career, but first he had to overcome his inner demons. On August 10th, 2007, he was arrested for eluding police and driving under the influence, having registered a BAC over 3 times the legal limit, he later said.
That was a real all-time low in my life, something I really wish I could take back.
But there was no turning back. All he could do was focus on his career and rebuild his life. His former coach convinced him to transfer to Oregon State University, where he qualified for the NCAA tournament as a junior and senior, placing 5th in his final year and earning All-American honors. With his life back on track, he made a change that would ultimately write history.
So there's this thing about him where people somehow or another think like maybe he's illegitimate, maybe he's not real. Then he fucked Robbie Lawler up.
Yeah, he can work.
And you go, oh Jesus, this guy doesn't get tired. He could strike. His wrestling's on point. His cardio's off the chart.
Yeah.
He's tough as nails.
Yeah, I was impressed on the inside.
He's legit.
Especially when he put Robbie against the fence. He was right there, slipping and ripping.
But before that famous Robbie Lawler fight, Colby faced a significant problem. As strange as it may seem, early in his career, Colby was a respectful fighter who wanted to keep things classy.
Some people try and do it to sell fights. They think more people are going to tune in, which is more viewers, which is what we want. But, I'm respectful. I always keep it classy unless the guy's going to go over the top and try and make fun of my family, so.
However, this respectful approach ended up causing him the most trouble.
You get on the microphone, you're respectful, you speak quite nicely of everybody that you came across whilst you were out there. And then obviously in Sao Paulo, it was very, very different. So what happened in that period of time?
I was already on my 3rd UFC contract, and they weren't ever up in my contract. Like, they were just saying, oh, you're just going to go up, to this contract. There's no negotiation period. You're just going to take what we give you because we don't like you. You're not a character. None of the fans care about your fighting style. No one cares about your personality.
He was one of the best, yet he was treated as the worst.
How did that make you feel at the time? Because you're 12-1 off the back of Singapore. You were performing extremely well, elite level wrestling at times, and obviously showing a lot of different facets to your game. And then to hear that there was a possibility that you might not necessarily be a UFC fighter off the back of it, that's gotta hurt a little bit, hasn't it?
In this ruthless business, there's no time for sympathy. A fighter is just a number, and if he's not special, he'll be replaced.
Yeah, it did hurt because I knew I was one of the best fighters in the world. Training at the American top team, I'd trained with the highest level fighters. I trained with the world champions, before me, and I was beating them up every day in training. So I knew I was the best fighter in the world. And to hear someone tell me, hey man, we're not going to re-sign you, before I was going to fight Damian Maia, who was coming off a title challenge and ran through the division, won 7 or 8 fights in a row, and I was going to fight him in his hometown, and they're telling me after I've just beat the number 6 guy in the world, Dunk Hum Kim, they're going to tell me they're not going to re-sign me. It's just, it hurt, but that's what this business is.
He knew he had to make a change. It was now or never.
Brazil, you're a dog. All you filthy animals suck.
How does Colby Covington become the UFC's supervillain?
I'm gonna do what a real American should do. I'm bringing this belt to the White House, and I'm putting it on Donald Trump's desk.
Yeah, through a lot of hard work, man. A lot of a lot of deception, you know, just a good promo skills. And
You've used your time to promote me. That's why you're a mark.
Yo, you want to talk? You talk.
Junior, settle down, Junior.
See, we lift.
You ain't ready for prime time yet, son.
The Colby thing is interesting, and I don't know how much Colby wants people talking about this, but I'm gonna spill it as much as I can.
I've done things to turn a lot of people off, but you know, I've done it for business and to better myself and better my career. So
that's an act, man.
I
That's
know.
a strong act that he
100%.
put on when they were ready to cut him. They were ready to cut. You talk to that guy in real life, he's very respectful.
Just being around him, said he's the nicest guy.
He's a nice guy, man.
We
Sit
live,
your down,
we
Junior.
live 20 miles apart. We live 20 miles apart and we have mutual friends. If it's beef, we can do it
And no
all
one
day.
gives a fuck about you. Dana White,
All
man,
day.
no one cares about you. You're a nobody.
you know, most people, all the fighters, they care about what people think of them. I don't care what people think of me. I don't care if I lose friends because, just like I always say, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money.
Get a rank win, then come holler at me when you get a rank win.
He's playing a pro wrestling heel,
man.
and he's got the whole world
sells.
worked up.
It sells.
It
That's the
sells. And here's the thing, though. This is where it's interesting. It tricks people because he seems like a goof. He wears this stupid fucking cheap blue suit. He wears that MAGA hat.
Does that smile.
He's got the old belt.
Yeah.
You know it's not a legit belt, right?
Yeah.
But he did win the interim title, and they took it from him for no reason. It doesn't make any sense.
You don't deserve a title shot. Besides Damian Maya, who else?
I'll tell you who else. Robbie fucking Lawler.
Like always, that's all we do is win, baby. That's why they call us the Great American Winning Machine.
I don't pay attention to much of what anybody does other than myself. So
Then he fucked Robbie Lawler up.
Yeah, he can work.
And you go, oh, Jesus, this guy doesn't get tired. He can strike. His wrestling's on point. His fucking cardio's off the chart.
Yeah.
He's tough as nails.
I want people to hate me. That's a business model. No one cares about you. You're boring, man. People would rather watch flies than watch you fight. You goes out the window.
Shut
No one wants to hear you talk about you're boring. No one gives a fuck.
What fight have I been in the UFC that you've seen as competitive?
Show up, get your ass whooped, embarrass in front of the whole world, back out, be a coward, but at least still have your pride. Your choice, buddy.
So I knew he was destined for good things in the MMA.
I'm excited. I can't wait. Let's go make it happen. Las Vegas, here we come.
Lawler, you said you saw what I did on his face. I landed a strike raptor on his face, and that's a guy I liked. Wait till you see what I do to this clown. I think I broke my jaw.
Just a cannon straight down the middle. Boom!
Now Usman seeing everything now.
And still
And with that, Colby's dream of gold ended. But to revive his career, he did some wild things like beefing with his best friend.
You might live before then. Just make sure you show up, bitch.
You lived
Just
in
make
my
sure
house.
you show up, bitch. I lived in Maritz's house.
Comes in, chaos comes out, baby.
I didn't live in your house, bitch. Maritza paid the mother bills.
Okay. But that's my roommate, that's my best friend right there. I ain't gotta worry about nobody grinding on me after I got him on me.
If you'd like me to break that down in part 2, don't forget to let me know in the comments.